This is a message for teachers, principals, administrators, or anyone in education. My name is Aaron Wiemeyer. I'm a licensed professional counselor in the state of Colorado. Trauma specialist for 20 years, specialist in the neurophysiology of trauma, attachment, and adoption. 2.5 years ago, I got an opportunity through a friend of mine in Littleton Public Schools to work at a charter school in Littleton, Colorado. And the last 2.5 years have been spent creating a pioneering system for working with kids in a school system. I noticed a couple things. I want to share a general idea about what I noticed so that people can start to join the movement of what we have coming in education. Basically, as a trauma specialist, I'm very well aware of all the symptoms of trauma. There are a lot of things that people are experiencing on a daily basis they are not aware of. And so I go from mental health, working with really aggressive and traumatized kids in the mental health system, to all of a sudden working in a school. And I noticed a couple of things. And it isn't what you think. What I noticed and what I had to deal with in my first half a year there, is that most of the teachers, if not all of them, were experiencing some of the same symptoms of trauma. They were experiencing some of the same things that I saw in the kids that were in the foster care system. And they were dealing with depression. They were dealing with a sense of hopelessness. They were dealing with all kinds of symptoms, increase in irritability, a sense of being overwhelmed. You ask any teacher out there, there are a lot of days you get up in the morning and you have a sense of dread about getting up and going to school and trying to go into your classroom and teach your lessons, knowing you have to deal with those 5 or 6 or 7 kids, or even parents for that matter, that you don't even know what to do. And so I noticed something inside that system, and I've created, at Littleton Prep, we've created a process, a 10-step process by which we're changing the very fabric of our educational institution. I'm going to share that with you now, but the first piece of that puzzle, the first piece of what people need to realize what's going on, is that teachers are being asked to teach while they are experiencing the symptoms of trauma. They are being asked to teach while they are working in a traumatized environment. When you understand what developmental trauma is, which most people don't, most people think they know what trauma is, and as a trauma specialist I can tell you, people have very little awareness of what trauma actually is. But when they learn what developmental trauma is, and then they learn about the symptoms of trauma, and then they turn around and look at, oh my goodness, that's what I've been experiencing, a giant light bulb goes off in their head and they realize, oh my gosh, we have to do something. So what I want to talk to you about today are some of the steps that we are doing at Littleton Prep to basically change the fabric of our educational institution.